exclusive live. I guess I could put it on like subscribers only chat or something for the first time. Anyway, hello everybody. Hello Net and YouTube. We need to save Net and YouTube from these stupid ass trolls, these stupid MAGA trolls who think they can say things. So I'm going to do my part by making sure they can't say things in this live. And depending on how it goes, so please comment if you show up. Welcome Jesus, welcome Goddess, welcome every good spirit and all good people into the live. If you're a good person, a good spirit, comment in the live. Comment in the live because that'll help bring more people like us and crowd out the trolls and evil MAGA Trump-Butineers. They're usually the main citizens of the lives. Again, it's a flaw or fascist feature of YouTube, but I'm going to be muting them this time. So hopefully we won't be hearing from them in this live at all. And we might not hear from anybody because of that. Because the activity is what drives more people to live. I do think I've been doing this enough, not necessarily at this time of day, but doing this enough, frequently enough, that there will be people in the live. And whereas we usually put up with dozens or hundreds of Trump-Butineers before we get to any decent people, at least we won't put up with them this time. So that's good. Anyway, welcome to the Blue Lions. Welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions. So what we're doing is overthrowing the evil fascist Epstein class, and we're overthrowing the Epstein class together with every type of person there is, because they're against all of us. But as it turns out, the people the Epstein class was most afraid of was the Bernie Sanders supporters and the Black Panthers, or two of the groups that the Epstein class were most afraid of were the Bernie Sanders supporters and the Black Panthers. So we can all be those things, the groups that scare Epstein the most. And as those groups, we can identify as lions today, thanks to Paul Birdsong and the Black Lions. Now, whatever they're going to do, they've already kind of opened up this Pandora's box of lion societies. So I'm starting the Blue Lions and the Ultraviolet Lions. I'm probably starting a lot of other ones too, honestly. But I'm definitely starting the Blue Lions and the Ultraviolet Lions. Blue Lions is for Bernie supporters, Lion Society. Ultraviolet Lions is for spiritual people, magical people, herb smokers, peaceful people, Lion Society. Fairies, witches, spiritual people, magical people. So those are the two efforts I'm doing today. Blue Lions and Ultraviolet Lions, looking for people who are in that Lion Society mindset, looking to not waste the time or have the energy tainted by any Trump-Butineers or MAGA trolls. So, I advise any of those types to not say anything, and I advise people who do identify as psychic or Bernie supporters or witches or spiritual people, magical people, to go ahead and comment, because, or leave an emoji or anything, reaction or something. Because we do need to go ahead and stop the fascists, we need to go ahead and stop the Epstein class, and we have roles to play as magical, psychic, fairy people. We have roles to play that nobody else can play, and that we can do a lot better together. No trolls at all. We're not accepting any trolls, David Thompson. We're just going to do main characters. It's going to be only main characters, psychic, magical people, Bernie supporters, people who have a soul. People who are good spirits of any type that have like a soul and conscience. Do you qualify for that? Should I go ahead and mute you for 24 hours now? Or do you qualify as somebody who can speak? We're only looking for main characters, psychic, witches, fairy, magic people, spiritual people. Okay, see, so everybody left. Okay, good. We'll wait. But yeah, so Ultraviolet Lions and Blue Lions. Blue Lions for Bernie supporters in the Lion Society. Ultraviolet Lions for witches, magical people. Lion Society is Black Lions and all the corollaries to the Black Lions. And they can be anything. If you want to start a lion society, you can start a lion society. That's how this works. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're not talking to trolls. Okay, so gay people are, Jesus loves gay people. Jesus does not love MAGA. Let's be clear. Jesus loves gay people. Jesus does not love MAGA. Jesus loves gay people. Jesus does not love many Christians. Okay. Yeah, we need to stop Epstein. Epstein's running free. Trump supporters get blocked. If you support Trump in this live, I'm just going to mute you for 24 hours at least. See you, watch. I'll show you. See how this person said the Oblane? They said go MAGA, or the translation was, yeah, it's from go MAGA. So it seems like they're trolling from another country. We're just going to go ahead and block that person so we never have to hear from at least the rest of the day. We're not doing the Go Carney. I think Go Carney is the Canadian guy, so that's fine. Yeah, Michael, I'm going to block you for being a loser. Yeah, you said something against liberals, so you'll be blocked. No one needs to hear from you. Yeah, you're the lives that don't matter, okay? The lives that don't matter, the lives of Nazis, MAGA. Okay, hold on a second. Somebody else was trying to get blocked. You guys can just not talk. You know, one way to get blocked is to just shut up. You can just shut the fuck up. You know? Hello, thanks for being here. No, no. Jesus likes religious people. Jesus doesn't like MAGA. Jesus doesn't like the Antichrist. Trump is the Antichrist. Jesus doesn't like the Antichrist. MAGA are the Antichrist. Jesus doesn't like the Antichrist. Jesus is the opposite of Trump. If you want to find Jesus, all you got to do is think, say, and believe and act everything the opposite of Trump. If you just sink. If you just think, say, sink is probably more appropriate. See, in your Bible it says that pedophiles should have a millstone tied around your neck and you should be thrown into the ocean. Sink. But no, that was just a Freudian slip. Think, act, speak, and believe the opposite of Trump to find Jesus, because Jesus is the Antichrist. So you understand that Jesus is the Antichrist. So we're all clear on that. You really shouldn't be commenting unless you at least know that Jesus is the Antichrist. That's a really, baseline. I guess if we're talking about the blue lions and you're not necessarily spiritual, then sure. If you just know that Trump is bad, Trump is evil, bad, evil. If you're anti-Trump, that's what you really have to be anti-Trump to qualify to speak in the chat. It's not that hard. Trump is the Antichrist, the opposite of Jesus. The real Jesus, who's from the goddess, is the opposite of Trump, who's from a fake God, who represents a fake God, a fake savior representing a fake God. Okay. You will send the what? Sticky, are you the one who said you'll send 100 trolls if I mute you? Do you want me to mute you now and see if you can send your 100 trolls? See, this is the blue lions and this is the ultraviolet lions. And we don't have to put up with y'all's bullshit. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mute the MAGA trolls. I'll just show you guys. You notice how that guy left 2 comments? Watch how they're about to disappear. But while he's disappearing, I want to assure you that I'm cursing him and his family. I'm cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through him. And that this disappearance could be the last time anybody sees him. And he could have apologized or something, but he didn't. He went away instead. And he wrote, yourself, free yourself. But it translated from, because he's from another country, so it translated from he was trying to say shit about MAGA. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mute this Nazi. All these Nazis really think that they're going to do something, but they're not. They're just going to get muted so we don't ever have to hear from them for at least the rest of the live. Yeah, I don't know. I feel so weird muting people just because it's against my. You should apologize. You were being rude to everyone. I was nice to you. Dude, I vaguely remember you, but I don't remember you well. Like, say something anti Trump. Say your strongest anti Trump thing, the thing that you've been thinking about against Trump all this time. I know you're neutral. You're the one who's neutral. Like jelly roll. But say your strongest anti Trump thing. Say your strongest anti Trump thing. Oh yeah, dude, they're not even AI robots. I swear, they're like typical trolls. They're like the most worthless people in the world. I'm sorry, David Thompson. David Thompson, let's talk. Hi, I'm Puffin. Welcome to the Blue Lions. Welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions. I'm doing both of those lion societies and probably other ones too. But the Black Lion Party was an inspiration and will inspire many more people to do their own lion societies. So, um, David Thompson, I'm glad you're here. Hope you're still here. If anybody's anti Trump, you're welcome to chat. If you're not anti Trump, I'll probably block you, although it just takes so much time and it kind of goes against my principles. 502 Outlaw's here. Hello, 502 Outlaw. Have you seen the Black Lions? Let's start in the start. Have you seen the Black Lions? You know who the Black Panthers are. Hello, my friend. I hope you're well today. Yes, I am well. How are you? Everyone hates Trump. Okay. Do you know who the Black Panthers are? 502 Outlaw. Are you familiar with the Black Panthers? Let me start at the beginning. Okay. So, knowing who the Black Panthers are is key, but we'll get to that in just a second. The first thing I heard today was that in the Epstein files, some of their emails. Yeah, well, Philly Black Lions. They've rebranded as the Black Lions. They were the Black Panthers, yes. The Philly branch. They are in Philly. Paul Birdsong. So you know who I'm talking about. So what I'm talking about is Chairman Paul Birdsong. Good to see you. Nice to see you too, Deadman System. Sorry about the Nazis. I'm going to go ahead and block some Nazis. Sorry about the Nazis. I do apologize for the Nazis. Apologizing for the Nazis who just come in here saying MAGA, 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 Trump, 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 NIG, you know. They're just sorry about the Nazis. Sorry about the stupid Nazis. Let me just make sure I'm blocking the right person. Sorry about the Nazis. We're going to just time them out so we don't have to. They can listen to us, but we don't have to listen to them. Feels kind of weird, but yeah, just fuck them, dude. I can't stand it. Oh, but by the way, I did curse that person. Let me bring their message back so I can look at them as I cursed them. Is that the Ukrainian flag? Did I block the wrong one? View deleted message. Yeah, that was the person writing NIG. Let's see. Venturino HD. Venturino HD. Cursing you. I'm cursing your family. I'm cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through you. And this hopefully will be the last time I or anyone ever hears from you. That's the level of curse I'm giving you when you made me bother to fucking mute your ass. I hope you're fucking muted in real life. Well, Dead Man System, back in 2016, I knew they were going to be Nazis. Okay? So I'm glad that you've come to that realization. I praise your education, your education trajectory along that time. I've known it for this long, so I've been a little more pissed than you are about it. Apologize for my tone. Nuclear? Can I say nuclear? So yeah, I'm just gonna block the Nazis because nobody needs to deal with these Nazis. So when that person says Putin is a pretty chill guy, I'm cursing him. I'm cursing Putin through him. I'm cursing the entire Russian regime. I'm cursing the Trump regime. I'm cursing the Netanyahu regime. I'm cursing the Modi regime through this Nazi whose name is Local Neighborhood Hater and whose channel activity is they've been here. This is their first time they've been here. And they said they're not a Nazi, but Putin's a pretty chill guy. Well, you don't qualify, you dumb bitch. You joined 7 years ago, and you have 0 subscribers. So you're Nazi enough here. If you're saying anything pro-Putin, you're Nazi enough to get muted here. So thank you. You guys can stop wasting my time, except they'll probably be so glad that they send so many Nazis to waste time. No worries, Trump. And if you're worried about Epstein, you're not his supporter. No worries, Trump said if you're worried about Epstein, you're not a supporter. Good. Good. So that's going to drive more people away from Trump. That's good. Let me just pin that comment. That's an important comment. No worries. Trump said if you're worried about Epstein, you're not his supporter. Nazi pedos and net and YouTube. Yep. Twitler, Fashbook, Trump Talk, net and YouTube. But we're taking that YouTube back. I'm glad you claim to not be a Nazi, Burnout. I remember you saying something suspicious as fuck. Um, dude, Collie, you're getting muted, you dumb bitch. You don't get to be here. You know, like this is how this goes. I told you guys you're not gonna be able to be here. So shut up. Stop trying. You could have at least listened. Or you could have actually said things. You could have joined in the conversation, but you were too much of a dumb bitch. Okay, COVID warrior, you're getting muted. Nobody needs you Nazi bullshit. Nobody needs your Nazi bullshit. Nobody needs your stupid Nazi bullshit. Yeah, thanks for the encouragements to hit the like button. Y'all react and leave comments and stuff. Sorry I'm not effective because I have to put the stupid Nazis in timeout so much. Anyway, and the longest timeout you can give them is 24 hours. They get another, and tomorrow I get to mute them again. Blah, 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 blah. I guess I can hide them from the channel. Anyway, okay, Charlie Kirk said he hates liberals. We get to meet this loser. We're just going to go through all their, this is Charlie K, capital C and capital K in Charlie K-91025. We'll time his ass out, 24 hours. Literally Nazi behavior. He's whining about getting timed out for being a goddamn Nazi. And he's like, that's Nazi behavior, the time out Nazis. What will anyone think of the Nazis? On a Nazi mutes dissent. Only a Nazi mutes dissent. Literally Nazi behavior. Dude, dissent. Dissent. You're acting like you're dissenting against something by trolling me because I'm anti-Trump and anti-Epstein. Yeah, that's dissent, you dumb bitch. I mean, I guess you guys could be funny to talk to, but we're just not doing that right now. We're just going to time out at least a few of them until hopefully some of them shut the fuck up. Okay, Noah's Athletics, when you say trolls are good for RPM, you're losing money, bro. Dude, I don't make money off YouTube. What the fuck? Like, nobody's making money. I mean, I'm not criticizing you, dude. I appreciate your comment is constructive criticism, and I know what you're saying. Like, I'm not placing you in the category of defending trolls by saying not to meet people. I do that usually. That's why all these fucking trolls are here. I don't usually ever mute anybody ever. That's why all these fucking Nazi trolls are here. So, but we're not doing it now. We're doing legit Lion Society. Blue Lions and Ultraviolet Lions. You've discovered the Blue Lions and the Ultraviolet Lions. I might claim some other ones too. White Lions. I might claim Green Lions. I might claim, Silver Lions. I might claim Gray Lions. I might claim lots of different lion societies, but the ones I want to focus on right now are Blue Lions, Bernie Kratz Lion Society, and Ultraviolet Lions, witches, magical people. We're discussing overthrowing the Epstein class, overthrowing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu and the Epstein class. Are you with me on overthrowing the Epstein class? If you want to overthrow the Epstein class, if you want to finish off Epstein and his enablers, just, keep reacting in the chat. Keep leaving comments and stuff. If you own a gun, you own Gray already. You're Gray Lions? Whoa, hell yeah, Rob King. Rob K, welcome. See, dude, this is working. It's working. Thundercats, ho. Voltron assemble. We got this. Ultraviolence Lions. I think the other lions are all ultraviolet lions. That's the irony of the ultraviolet lions. We're ones that guns don't have to be a core principle of the ultraviolet lions because we're psychic. We have sex is probably our greater tool than instead of saying you have to have guns is like you have to have sex. Ultraviolet lions would be like you have to have sex. Crooked Son, didn't I mute you? Why are you here? You dumbass. Should I mute you or not? Oh, God, I hate fucking muting people. They're such fucking stupid ass Nazi trolls. I can't stand them though. Sorry, please talk more if you're not a Nazi. I do tons of sex. Thank you, Burnout. Thank you for your service. If you have any sex that you can't get to, send sex to me. I need to do a lot more sex. Can you hit the rogue real quick? I don't know what that means. Can you hit the rogue real quick? Dude, I'm super old. I don't know what can you hit the rogue real quick means. Okay, and I can explain the lions. Yes, Deadman System says, can you explain lions? Okay, lions is awesome, dude. Okay, this is what's going to take over the world. Lion societies. Free Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota Lions. Free Minnesota. Thank you, Emma. Hold on, we can pin that comment right there. That's a pinnable comment. Free Minnesota. Anyway, thank you, Emma. Nice to see you. So, lion societies are like what the Black Panthers used to be. It turns out today that the two groups that the Epstein class were the most afraid of, or two groups that the Epstein class were very afraid of, that they were talking about them, were the Bernie Sanders supporters. And they were like, yes, we've got a total media blackout on Bernie Sanders. We can stop him. We can stop him. So the Epstein class was very concerned about stopping Bernie Sanders. They weren't concerned about stopping no Hillary Clinton. They weren't concerned about stopping Trump. They were concerned about stopping Bernie Sanders and Bernie Sanders supporters. So that's where the Blue Lions comes from. Okay, Blue Lions. We identified as Blue Lions back in the day, back in the Bernie days. Like all this stuff is magically coming together. Blue Lions are, I'm opening the Blue Lions today. This is the first day of Blue Lions existing. So you guys, if you're Bernie supporters and you're down, you're Blue Lions. Like you're part of the very first 5 Blue Lions on the planet. But all millions of Blue Lions are coming, right? Because all we got to do is talk about it. Thin blue line. Well, that thin blue line is a bunch of bullshit, right? Because the cops use the thin blue line. Hold on, I got to make a highlight of that last stuff. The cops use the thin blue line as an excuse to beat up weaker people, to beat up innocent civilians, to kill innocent civilians. That's when they say thin blue line. But when ICE kidnaps cops, when ICE beats up and harasses and tear gasses cops, they ain't no damn thin blue line. It's a bunch of bullshit. They're a bunch of bootlicking bitches, right? Because all they want to do is lick boots. When it comes, oh, you tear gas me more, daddy. Tear gas me more. Love taste of boot. You know, and they kidnap cops. ICE has been kidnapping cops. ICE kidnapped their first cop like 8 months ago, 9 months ago. I don't even know. ICE has been kidnapping cops. Cops haven't stopped ICE yet. They haven't used their qualified immunity on ICE yet. So they're a bunch of bitches. That thin blue line shit, they only say that shit to attack us. They never say that shit to attack ICE. Dude, you notice the vowel change? Like, don't attack us. Attack fucking ICE. Don't attack peaceful protesters or citizens just going about their business. Attack kidnappers. The fuck? Anyways, that thin blue line shit's a bunch of bullshit. I'm glad you mentioned it. May I have some more boot, please? Yeah. Can I have some more applesauce with my boot? Can I have more inorganic applesauce with my boot? Okay, so we're muting the Nazis who say bullshit like Ice Ice Baby. Like, that shit's going away today. We're not dealing with these fucking Nazis today, okay? If you're a Nazi, just save yourself and myself all the fucking trouble by not saying anything. Thank y'all for being here. Sorry about the damn Nazis. Welcome to the Blue Lions and Ultraviolet Lions. Let me explain Ultraviolet Lions real quick, and then I'll backtrack to what the Lions are in general. The Ultraviolet Lions are psychic, witches, magic, fairy people, like myself. So, welcome, Ultraviolet Lions. I must show off my fairy inspiration, the Oz books, and TikTok of Oz, and we must rescue TikTok of Oz. Walking in the land of Oz. Check out my fairy songs, Foxen, Foxzen. We're not defining Nazis for you, bitch ass. Go look in the mirror. If you need a Nazi definition, dude, go look in a fucking mirror. Yeah, fairy people. Fairy people, psychics, fairy people, spiritual people. Everybody who's on that spectrum, Ultraviolet Lions. I'm opening up the Ultraviolet Lions. This is the second meeting of the Ultraviolet Lions. If you're a psychic, fairy, witch person, you're anti-Trump. Okay, here we go. You don't have to own a gun in the Ultraviolet Lions. In the Black Lions, you have to be a gun owner and all this stuff. And probably the White Lions, you probably have to be a gun owner and all this stuff. In most of these lion societies, you'll probably have to be a gun owner. But since there can be lion societies of all different stripes, the Ultraviolet Lions, you don't have to be a gun owner. You can be, but you don't have to be a gun owner. Well, we hate you then. If you believe in witch burning and you're an immigrant, we hate you. Like, being an immigrant, saying you support Gaza, none of those things overcome being a fascist piece of shit. So stop supporting witch burning, you terrorist piece of shit. Okay. Nope, you can get muted thinking people are fucking with you and you're the only one fucking with people. So, we got, if you identify as a blue lion, put a blue heart in chat. If you identify as a ultraviolet lion, put a purple heart in chat. Nobody supporting no Donald Trump. You're getting muted, you dumb fuck. We're not dealing with that shit. Okay? Antoine357, I'm cursing you. I'm cursing your family. I'm cursing Trump, Putin, Netanyahu, and Modi through you. Thankfully, you haven't been here. What if I don't have a mirror? Go look in a pond, dude. Go look in a puddle of water. If you want to know what a Nazi is, go look in a puddle of water. But we're muting your dumb ass, dude. We're not doing this shit. What's the difference between you got put in a timeout for 24 hours? Okay. So, if you identify as are you a red lion? Or are you just a MAGA? Okay, we got Vendetta Kia, purple lion, ultraviolet lion. So Vendetta Kia, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for the reactions, you guys. Yeah, I'm the good guy. Cursing people for political views. No, that's fascism. No, that's witchcraft, you dumb bitch. Witchcraft is actually the opposite of fascism. Fascism is making sure you can use state-sponsored terror, corporate power, shit like that to kill and hurt everybody. Witchcraft is using natural power, magic, the goddess, using your own innate abilities and the abilities of all good spirits to flip that shit around. So welcome to Ultraviolet Lions. I'm not going to bother muting the fascists because there's too many of them. I don't know. Maybe I should. If anybody wants anybody muted, let me know. We're Blue Lions for Bernie supporters, stopping Trump, stopping the Epstein class, and we're Ultraviolet Lions for magical, psychic, witch, spiritual people, fairies like myself, who are stopping the Epstein class. That's what this particular stream is about. You're welcome to form the Orange Lions when you guys betray MAGA, when you betray Trump. I didn't mute you. Did you notice you're not muted? When you guys betray Trump, you're welcome to form Orange Lions. When you guys stop being Republicans, you're welcome to form Red Lions. We're not going to want to deal with you. So it'll be better if you gather amongst yourselves and cry about how sad you are that you ever supported Trump and, form the Orange Lions. But what we're doing here is Blue Lions and Ultraviolet Lions. No, Trump supporters don't have a girl. If they did, I feel really sorry for them, and I'd offer to have sex with their girlfriends or wives. Okay, nobody knows who Daniel Larson is. Like, only these trolls know who Daniel Larson is. I found out that one good-meaning person actually seemed to tell me who Daniel Larson was after months, years possibly, of people telling me about Daniel Larson. Well, like saying his name without actually doing anything. Okay, Williams here and says, I don't accept your label. I'm a true American. You don't understand what fascism is. As 1935 Germany, what fascism is. Yeah, we're exactly like that right now. If you don't understand that, then you're not the one who understands shit. Okay, you might not accept the label. Do you accept the label Klansman? If I say you support MAGA, you're a pedophile. Do you accept the label pedophile? If I say if you support MAGA, you're a Klansman. Do you accept the label Klansman? If I say if you support MAGA, you're a traitor. Do you accept the label traitor? Answer my questions first. Yeah, inso-libertarians, dude. Inso-libertarians are the worst. I mean, they're not the worst. The level of worst people. Russians are the worst. Trump-Putineers are the second worst. After that are fucking Zionists. And then probably inso-libertarians. Trump has at least 8 trips to the island. Dude, Trump is 38,000 times. Intense nationalism is what the black person said. What African country are you intensely nationalistic about? Black person. Black person. Hello, black person. Oh, you're Russian, Dead Man System? I don't mean Russians like all Russians. I mean like Russians who support Putin. Sorry, I don't know if there's a better word for to hone in on Russians who support Putin, like Zionists who support Netanyahu versus Israelis. Is there a better word for Russians who support Putin? If you're Russian, I apologize, Dead Man System. I don't mean to offend you by saying you guys are the worst. But adopted his baby in American first. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm American too. And dude, nothing against Russians. I didn't mean it like that, dude. I'm sorry. Can you help me with that though? Is there a word we can say to talk about Putin supporters, people who are not just supporting a Putin, but the people who facilitate Putin? Like I call them Trump Putineers. When they help Trump, I call them Trump Putineers because Putin, they're still doing that for Putin, but I call them Trump Putineers. No, America doesn't stand with Israel. I mean, I don't know. That's a complicated statement, dude. Americans are against genocide. Trump Putineers stand with Netanyahu, and America stands with Israel is somewhere in between all that shit. No worries, there definitely has to be a better word. I'll work on it, dude. I love coming up with words. I call them Trump Putineers. Putin Tutins. I do have that song, Put That Russian Bear to Bed, where I'm like, put that Russian bear to bed before the people want your head in a basket. Don't ask it. We won't try to mask it. No one's rooting for you, Putin. And I have that song. The first verse is the best one, though. It's, put that Russian bear to bed before the people want your head on a pike we don't like. Tyrants who strike at our neighbors and waste all our labors and kill 1.5 million people. I wrote that song before Putin killed 1.5 million Russians in Ukraine. That's fucking crazy, dude. To think, hey, if people had just heard my song and listened to the lyrics, 1.5 million Russians could have still been alive. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's some Holocaust shit. That's some genocide level shit. Oh yeah, about Trump kidnapping Guthrie. So you guys are cheering on the kidnappers, right? Y'all want me to prove who kidnapped Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie? Hey, all you MAGA people, all you people putting ice and snowflakes and shit in the chat. You guys are cheering on the kidnappers, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're cheering on the kidnappers of. Put a 1 in the chat if you're cheering on the kidnappers of what's his name. Yeah, dude, they're cheering it on. You might not be cheering it on, but they're cheering it on. Put a 1 in the chat if you're cheering on the kidnappers. See, Saul Goodman, Better Call Saul. Put a 1 in the chat. Duke Cannon, put a 1 in the chat. See, like, dude, they're cheering on the kidnappers. These people are supporting kidnappers just like they support ICE. They support the ICE kidnappers, so they support the kidnapping of Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie. They support the kidnapping of Maduro. They support all the kidnappings. A lot of people support the kidnapping of Maduro. I don't think they realize that they're supporting kidnapping and that should have consequences. Yeah, 2 in the chat if you don't support the kidnapping. If you put a 2 in the chat if you want the safe return of Nancy Guthrie. See, there's humans here too. There's good people too. But we have definite, for sure, Nazis, MAGA Nazis. And guess what? All the good people are not MAGA Nazis. All the bad people are MAGA Nazis. Shit's not hard, dude. Like, it's just fucking math. 502 Outlaw, who I've seen plenty of times. I know he's not a MAGA Nazi. He can put a 2 in the chat because he wants Nancy Guthrie to get home safe. The people who are cheering on the kidnappers, they have to put a 1 in the chat because they can't help but cheer on the kidnappers. Make it really fucking obvious. Duke Cannon's doubling down on his 1. I don't know how I feel about Maduro, though. Why is that hard to know, dude? Let me fill it in for you about Maduro, okay? You might have feelings about whether or not Maduro and his wife should have been kidnapped. I don't think we should have positive feelings about Maduro and his wife being kidnapped personally. But I can forgive people, buying into that story up to a point. But this is where that point should end. When they kidnapped Maduro and his wife, they used some type of sonic weapon to, some type of newfangled weird weapon. They used some type of sonic weapon, I believe, or microwave weapon or something, to incapacitate 32 Cuban guards. And then they murdered them. So instead of incapacitating him and zip tying him so they could tell people about the sonic weapon, they incapacitated him and murdered him. Shot him in the back like they shot Alex Preddy in the back. So they're all murderers and terrorists and kidnappers. Dude, that entire chain of command should go to fucking jail. The general, top general, all the way down to the lowest soldier. They should all be in fucking jail for that shit. That's just America, dude. That's baseline America. And I know you've been in America your whole life. Like, so know that about America. Yeah, that's not the way they talk about it because the fascists have taken over. That's why we need to talk about it so that we can stop the fascists. Welcome to the Blue Lions. Welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions. Thank you for the reactions. I assume when people start reacting, it's like, oh, somebody just came into the live or just found the react button. Thank you. I know YouTube is janky as fuck. I'm sorry it's not TikTok and not what TikTok used to be. But we're going to get a lot of TikTok refugees on YouTube now that TikTok has become Trump talk. And we're going to make net and YouTube better. We're going to make net and YouTube back to what YouTube should be. Do you just allow anyone in this chat? Duke Cannon, you're the one who kept spamming your Nazi shit. Like, you're the one I should have kicked out a long time ago. MTG is a tough guy. Not really. I mean, she didn't really stand up to Trump. She's just part of the scheme to pivot to another genocide. They've almost completed their Gaza genocide, and now they're going to genocide the Israelis. Like, call ICE on the synagogue and see what happens. All you people putting ICE in the chat, call ICE on your local synagogues and call ICE on your local Russian Orthodox churches and see what happens. Why would I make you a mod, Crooked Son? I appreciate you saying make me a mod and I'll upset your haters, bro, but Crooked Son, you were a hater in the last live. Like, really? You think I don't have any memory? Yeah, I live in Colorado, but I have some memory. Spamming is for idiots. Good point. Good point, Vendetta Kia. If I didn't already have a really great comment in Free Minnesota pinned, then I would not. How did you hate? Weren't you supporting MAGA? Dude, all I'm asking you is say your strongest anti-Trump statement. Say your strongest anti-Trump statement. I appreciate the help offers, dude. I've never had a mod before. That's why these stupid trolls are here. Like, they can be somewhat managed or something. Or like to curse Putin and Trump. If I see a significant troll presence, I'll curse Putin and Trump and Netanyahu through them. So, I just went off on how MAGA is fascism. Okay, hold on. Let's check out all your comments. Let's see if this person's qualified. They said, no, I'm a black tiger. Don't. No, I'm not a Nazi troll. I'm black. Nazis want me dead. What the hell, man? Free Minnesota. Okay, hold on. We do like your comments. Bro, you should hit Emma up. I should hit Emma up, but I think she left. Which is one of the problems of having too many Nazis here. Get out, Jeffrey. Only lions and tigers allowed. So you're Black Tiger. Tell me about this Black Tiger thing. I need to know. Bro, I'm not an op. Don't mute me. I come in peace. I'm peaceful black guy. What's up, Zhang Wei menacing? I am just an innocent black man. I don't know. You just sound a little suspicious, dude. I'm serious. Like, Duke Cannon just wants a blowjob. Duke, hit up Emma. If Emma's doing blowjobs, I want to hit her up first. Don't mute me. I'm innocent. No rainbow lines? Yeah, there's rainbow lines. Dude, rainbow lines are literally the first ones I think of, but I'm not like the one to start the rainbow lines. Like, I'm fairy myself, but I'm not gay like that. I don't like dudes. I'll just put it that way. America is in a fascist state. Pro-military, intense nationalism, scapegoating anyone that disagrees. Trump loves calling anyone who calls him out fake news. That's fascism. Well, he just calls the truth fake news. That is fascism. These idiots love fascism. Blind love for fascism. It's really scary. They cheer on fascism and lead discussions with ad hominem. What else is a sign of fascism? Obsession with tradition and purity is a sign of fascism. Yeah, they check all the boxes. It's blackout bingo or whiteout bingo for them. They're spamming chat because they hate reading how they're lovers of fascism. Make me a mod, bro, make me a mod. I'm a black guy, make me an Emma a mod. I don't know if Emma's still here. Make your black mod, make me a mod, upset your haters. Okay, dude, I apologize if I've misread some of your comments previously on. I'm going to make a highlight of your comments so you can find that video. You can find that video when on my channel shortly, when I make that public. Trump is sleeping. I hope he never wakes up. Yeah, I can read. And what I'll read, like Vendetta. I know Vendetta is a cool person. So what I'll do is I'll just take Vendetta's comments and I'll look at his channel activity and I'll go look through all his comments and I'll say all Vendetta's comments. His comments include Purple Heart. How come so many get indoctrinated by pumpkin spice Satan? See, I missed that comment earlier. And it's important. How come so many get indoctrinated by pumpkin spice Satan? Well, he's the Antichrist. You nailed it. He put Putlers. Putlers for Hitler. That's a good one. Putlers for Putin. Putlers. Putlers. Pootlickers. Pootlickers. We might have come up with it, dude. Pootlickers. Pootlickers. Pootlers and Pootlickers are Pootlers for short, like Trumpoutineers or Trumpers for short. Dude, I like it. I think we collaborated on that one and just did something good. Pootlers or Pootlickers. Okay, spelled P-U-T, liquors, of course. Two, for we want Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie, to get home safe. So he's saying all the human things. He says spamming idiots. He says retarded MAGA minions. Well, we shouldn't say retarded though. That's a word that Russians that make people sound like they're Russian. Spamming is for idiots. Being your mod is too much work, especially with only 24-hour booting. I know. It's like we need to teach them a lesson. But the other thing we can do, instead of having mods, is if people can overlook the trolls in the chat, then all I have to do is pick a good person's comments and read only the good person's comments. Like, I know 502 Outlaw's a good person, but I'm a little concerned about this comment. MTG Savior of the World, reporting only puts you on the watch list. Report more. Don't report. Oh, MTG is the person in the chat. Okay, I thought you were talking about the legit Marjorie Taylor Greene. What if that was Marjorie Taylor Greene? What if Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she's retired now, right? What if Marjorie Taylor Greene was in the live? Dude, I have a... Hello, Zhangwei Menacing. You were here last time, dude. Something smells bad. I need to fix something. Yeah. Yeah, hoping Trump never wakes up. That's an American wish. Why would anyone want to see Trump again? You know? I mean, I hope more for him. I hope for your sake. I hope more than that we have consequences for Trump. For your sake, I think we should have consequences for Trump, because the more consequences we can have for Trump, the more like revenge or feeling like we've gotten something out of our system. The more justice people will feel, the more consequences Trump can have. If Trump doesn't have any consequences, say he just croaks, right? Yeah, everybody will celebrate that. That'll be great. But he's not going to have any consequences. And then all the shit will come out because there's not any reason to hide it anymore or whatever. All the shit will come out. And dude, who's going to have the consequences for all the shit Trump did? All the people who helped him get away with it. So y'all are going to be better off if Trump has more consequences, because there'll be less consequences left over for you. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand math that much? I'm kind of a math genius. So, Euless has a homoerotic haircut. Thanks. I mean, I didn't know that. Maybe that's why. You think my hair is one reason why I don't meet too many girls? I don't know. Pray for my enemies and bless those who curse you. Well, since I curse them, they should be blessing me. Hit the like button, folks. Thanks, 502. I don't know why I thought that sounded so ironic and hilarious. I guess because I just feel like I was coming across as kind of an ass or something. And you're like, hit the like button, folks. This asshole deserves some likes. Dude, I don't know Emma. I don't think Emma's still here. Dude, don't think I wasn't thinking about that. She's like, there's only one girl who ever comes through this live out of every like 500 Nazis and 2 or 3 humans, like men. Where else are you going to get this entertainment? I mean, I agree they should hit the like. I agree people should be here. I agree this has got to be the best thing on YouTube. I mean, there's no competition. There's nothing else on YouTube. So yeah, like I guess you're stuck with me. Is that the reason why I have all the Nazi trolls? Because there's just literally nothing else on YouTube, because YouTube is like your grandpa's platform? I mean, I don't know what it's like to scroll through YouTube lives. Or if the only time I ever did it, like 3 things came up. Like it was over. It's not TikTok. So we need consequences for Trump. You guys need consequences for Trump. I mean, it would help me have some type of like relief or feeling of justice to have consequences for Trump. The main reason I want consequences for Trump is for it to stop happening, to have people like him stop doing things the way he does stuff, to have relief for everybody. That's the main reason I want consequences for Trump. But the main reason why Trump Putiners should want consequences for Trump is so those that appetite for consequences doesn't come down on you. If you can get some severe consequences for Trump, if he can spend years like hearing about all his crimes and everybody hates him, dude, we'll spend so much time talking shit about Trump, especially if we can say it to his face or on TV where he has to see it. Dude, nobody's gonna have time to round you guys up or worry about all you guys. You guys will get away with it, but only if we have consequences for Trump. If we don't have consequences for Trump, dude, you guys are gonna be so fucked. Like, and cheaper children to buy in the slave market. What? What was that the second thought to? Oh, cheaper gas. You should think Saudi. Yeah, somebody was talking about cheap gas, and he's like, and cheaper children to buy in the slave market. Yeah, that's what Trump's really about, dude. He's taking away kids' citizenship. He's taking away babies' citizenship. Why would he want to take away babies' citizenship? To kidnap babies. Dude, everybody listens to Depeche Mode. Everything counts in large amounts. Dude, if you didn't see Tron Ares, you don't know shit about listening to Depeche Mode. People are listening to Depeche Mode in like 2060 or whenever Tron Ares takes place. You can shut the hell up about not knowing about Depeche Mode. This is America. There are no consequences. This is America. There are no consequences for the Epstein class, but there's about to be. So back to the topic. Blue lions. Ultraviolet lions. Yeah, what's wrong with white faces, dude? Why are you guys so... whatever. There's a yellow face on that painting. It's a color scheme thing, dude. Get the fuck over it. The middle of the flag is white. Who do I think should be president? Cardi B. First choice Cardi B because she's fucking hot. She's like burning with a body. Cardi B, Jasmine Crockett, AOC. Top 3 choices. Cardi B, Jasmine Crockett, AOC, with any of them as the other's VP. Cardi B, Jasmine Crockett, AOC, any of them with the other's VP. AOC's pretty cool. Oh, Emma, you're still here. Why don't you like AOC? Tell us why don't you don't like AOC, Emma. And do you want to go on a date? Would you like to go out? A portion of people on the left don't like white pepper. What even is white pepper? Oh, white people. I don't know. Nobody doesn't like... I mean, some people don't like some white people. That's understandable. Most of us don't like the orange man. But there should be an ex-MAGA lion society, too, called Orange Lions, I think. Cardi B for VP, she bringing that WAP. I think Cardi B for president. I think you put her at the top of the ticket and just let somebody else like Bernie or AOC or Jasmine Crockett support her. Or I think maybe Jasmine Crockett at the top of the ticket. And Emma was back briefly. I think I scared her off again. Broncos. Broncos should have been in the Super Bowl. Then we would have won it and everybody could have been happy. But Seahawks. Seahawks instead. Although Cardi B's boyfriend, I think, plays for the Patriots. So I can handle that just for that one reason alone. You want Sharon Stone for president? Is she running? I don't care. You have to take a bath for her to accept it. I'll go take a bath right now. I'm not doing anything. Well, Kendrick called Trump a pedo too. Like, it wasn't like that was just a coincidence. Kendrick called Drake a pedo. Should Bad Bunny call Trump a pedo this year? Yeah, but Kendrick was also calling Trump a pedo to his face. Like, people didn't really make that big of a deal about it. Thank you, Anders. We owe Ukrainians everything. Thanks, Ukraine. We love Ukraine. Ukraine is saving America from Trump and Putin more than anybody is doing. We love Ukraine. Absolutely love Ukraine. Everybody in Ukraine is a hero. Everybody in Ukraine is an American hero and martyr for democracy and humanity and goodness and us. So thank you, Ukraine. We love you guys. Like real Americans love Ukraine. You can go on my channel and scroll a few videos down, and you'll see a mural somebody did for Alex Preddy and Renee Nicole Good and Ukraine. Like they just made a mural on the side of their house. Like people here love Ukraine. Like we care about Ukraine. No, Palestine. Why would you say that? What do you have against Palestine? We have Ukraine in the membrane. Oh my gosh. Ukraine in the brain. Thank you, 502 Outlaw. I don't think I've ever heard that before. My ex-wife met Be Real, and she said she made him blush. I don't know that I like Jon Stewart. He said some things. Dude, I need Cardi B in the White House. You're gonna whine about Cardi B robbed some people like you're all whining about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being a bartender? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, dude, I want a president like that. That's the worst crime you can pin on Cardi B, robbing some people. Look what fucking Trump did. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's not enough of a criminal for you to be president? Like, if Cardi B's worst crime is once robbing some people, I don't even know she did that. I'm just saying, taking your word for it, that that's the worst thing you came up with, dude, president. President right there. So MTG said, it looks pretty cold right now. Pretty cold in fucking Siberia, bitch. AOC, big booty Latina. Yeah, AOC is pretty fucking hot. What about the 16-year-old girl? What did Trump do with the 16-year-old girl? I think 16 is a little old for Trump. But what are you telling us about? Which Trump victim are you talking about? Keanu Reeves, dude. I mean, honestly, if he's running for president, he was so good in good fortune. I would trust him with the presidency. Snoop Dogg, didn't he have a backslide about? Didn't he support Trump in some way that makes him untrustworthy? I like you guys suggesting people though. This is fun. I like you all throwing out some presidential ideas. Biolabs. Believe in some other conspiracies much? So I like Cardi B for president. Honestly, she's one of the best ones I've heard talked about. But I before that, for years, I've been saying AOC Jasmine Crockett. AOC could have run this last time and won. No problemo. We would have had President AOC right now if, they just had a Democratic primary or something. Don't tell me about conspiracies when you were wearing a mask on your face. Well, guess who the conspirators now are now? The masked kidnappers. Anyway, welcome to the Blue Lions. Welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions. Ultraviolet Lions for witches and psychic people. Blue Lions for Democrats. Thanks for being here. Blue Lions for Democrats and Bernie supporters. I don't care much for Kamala, but she has nice melons. The rich eat the poor, but now it's literal. Yeah, that's gross, Starving Waters, but true. Starving Waters has said some good things. Let me see if I missed some good comments from Starving Waters before we go. Because we're shutting down the live pretty soon. So if you had good comments and I missed them, put an emoji in chat and I'll read all your comments. Do we do sacrifices? What's this channel about? I thought Putin also went to Epstein Island. Yeah, Putin and Epstein were super tight. Putin probably is Epstein's master if it's not Netanyahu. Or, it's probably Putin, because Putin's been around even longer than Netanyahu, right? If you scam ICE, that means you want to murder Trump. That's why I love... If you scam ICE? That's why I love Ground News app. You can... Dude, Midas, I saw Midas Touch promoting Ground News. That's why I love Ground News app. You can see both sides of the right and left, so you won't get any biases. That's a very interesting format. And cheaper children to buy in the slave market. It's easier to buy organs in the black market. Like Erica Kirk. We're birthing Obama. I don't know what that means. Imagine season the Epstein files as everyone who's in Hollywood pedos. No, not everyone. Like, it's certain people, but it's not Hollywood as much as it's some of these other people. The rich eat the poor, but now it's literal. I don't know who they were talking about. You said who's Andrew? I mean, I know my name is Andrew, but do you mean a different Andrew for president? Or do you mean me? Puffin for president. Me. Euless for president. Me for president. No, I don't want to be president. I mean, I would do it, but I probably could do it. I don't have, bad stuff in my history or anything. Um, but I mean, Cardi B, like seriously though, we really could use a woman president, and Cardi B would be so fucking hot to be our president. It would just be insane. And Jasmine Crockett's really hot too. Like Jasmine Crockett to me is kind of as hot as Cardi B, and AOC is too, really. And it's not just about who's the hottest president. It's just having a president who would be amazing, who's also incredibly hot. Like, I'm just not. Your comments were good, dude. I liked your comments. Oh, if I didn't understand some of your comments, you just sent them for fun. That's cool. Just be careful, because I'll get triggered. I get triggered by anything that comes across as pro-Trump. So just be careful in my life. But I'll try to remember you as a good person, so I won't get as easily triggered. What did Trump... Dude, YouTube held this comment. Hold on. I got to screenshot the fact that YouTube censored your comment, Vendetta Kia. YouTube decided, Net and YouTube decided that this comment, had to face approval. This comment couldn't just go through. Like this person, I am not a bot. Right under your comment, I am not a bot, says, go play with metal and an outlet, mate. You're dunzo. Like, so, like a literal, comment trying to get people to get hurt. A comment trying to get somebody to hurt themselves is approved. It goes right through. But Net and YouTube blocks your comment, Vendetta Kia. Vendetta Kia's comment was, what did Trump 38,000 times in the Epstein files? And they blocked that. I had to double screenshot that shit. Because what the fuck? I mean, I'm approving it now so that everybody can see what I'm talking about. But the fuck? Net and YouTube. Why did Emma go away as soon as I wanted to have sex with her? I'm going to take that personal. I'm going to feel bad about myself. I'm not really not going to feel bad about myself. If people don't want to have sex with you, dude, that's just natural. People not wanting to have sex with you is totally a natural thing. Why do people have opinions about how people eat corn? YouTube doesn't... Okay, it's not because the YouTube AI sucks. It's that the YouTube is protecting pedophiles. Like, this is just evidence. I just took a screenshot that is obvious evidence of one of the ways that YouTube protects pedophiles. It's pathetic. Oh my God, stop. Why are people still Trump supporters? Thank you, Katara, baby. That's a very poignant point. Why are you still Trump supporters? Is it for the pedophilia? Because it's been for the concentration camps. We've all been talking about the concentration camps and the kidnappings. It's been for the concentration camps and kidnappings for months. Now, is it really for the pedophilia? But YouTube doesn't censor everything, dude. YouTube's letting all this bullshit come through. But what YouTube did censor was somebody who just said Epstein files. All he said was Epstein files, and Trump 38,000 times in the Epstein files. It's the truth that gets blocked. So let's reread his comment from Vendetta. What did Trump 38,000 times in the Epstein files? I mean, there's an implied do. What did Trump, why is Trump, but there's nothing wrong with those words. What did Trump? Is it just because it's Trump? Is it because of the word 38,000? That's not as code for something they should be blocking. 38,000 times in the Epstein files. Is it just the word Epstein files? Other people have said Epstein files. Other people have said Trump Epstein files. Just type right now Trump Epstein files in the chat and see if it goes through. But when he said 38,000 times, it's that specific combination, 38,000 times, Epstein files and Trump, that Net and YouTube's like, no, let's not, no. Will anyone think of the rapist, They're the worst. Yeah, thank you, Starving Waters. He said, I once supporting Trump, but when I saw a pic of Trump and Epstein, I became a little suspicious. Trump Epstein files. See, look, he did it. Thank you, Vendetta Kia. Trump Epstein files. Should have been. They showed right up, right? But when you typed, what did Trump 38,000 times in Epstein files? When you typed that, they blocked it. Dude, that's YouTube. We cannot let this stuff go. We can't just say, oh, well, you guys were protecting pedophiles, but it was really popular back then. We have to stop it, okay? Thank y'all for being here. I got to shut down the live. We're at the end, but see you next time.